What's up, you guys? Happy Monday. Let's go. It is time to elevate. It is time to elevate, and the enrollment for my group coaching program for pro photographers is now open. And I want to talk about the elevate effect. So, good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining. If you're joining live, if you're watching the replay, what's up? I love that as well. So my name is Ray Whitney. I am a wedding and portrait photographer and a business coach for photographers. And I'm just so excited to talk all about Elevate. Hi, Stephanie. Hello. One of my Elevate girls is in the room. I love that so much. So it is time to elevate, you guys. And listen, this is always such a special time of year because Elevate enrollment is open and we are wrapping up this year and we're heading into a new year. And that means there's some new energy that could be ushered in and some new things that you might want to do. Maybe some scary things, some things that you feel like are outside, like unattainable. You need some help, you need some guidance, and you just really want to do something different to get a different result. If any of that applies, and you're a photographer, I'm so excited to invite you to apply and chat with me more about Elevate. So I want to talk a little bit on this live about what Elevate is, the Elevate effect, all that Elevate has available for the photographers that are a part, because it is such a phenomenal program. And I know I'm a little biased because I created it, and I literally created it with so much love, care, integrity, excellence, but also something that I know that I would really want if I was a photographer. But I've also been able to see the transformations that my clients have had. I've seen them blossom. I've seen them grow. I've seen them blow their own minds. And that's what it's about. As entrepreneurs, truly, that's what it's about. I think that a lot of times, if you're anything like me, you started this business because of a love and passion in photography. You had no idea about what it really took to run a whole business as a photographer. And now you're here and things just can feel overwhelming. They can feel hard. They can feel frustrating. It can feel lonely. There's so much that you don't know that you need to know when it comes to running a successful business. And so that is where Elevate enters the chat, friend. That is where Elevate enters the chat. So, hey, y'all, if you're tuning in, let me know where you're tuning in from. Hi, Danielle. Hi, Damon. I see y'all here. Thank you for tuning in. Daniel, I just left you. Okay. I just left you from a client, our shared client, and we had a time, but the enrollment for Elevate is open. And I'm so excited, and I'm going to be going hard. Yes, you're all ears, sis. I'm going to be going hard over these next couple of weeks just to talk about Elevate, because I want to do my due diligence and make sure that I'm showing up in wherever I need to show up for the photographer that is looking for an opportunity like this. That's what it's about. Like, if you're looking for coaching, if you're looking for support and accountability, if you're looking to crack the code and really make some true traction in your business, maybe it's been very like slow and steady, or maybe this year you found yourself dipped down a little bit. You have to, one, get real with yourself, right? What were some things that you could have done better? Were you consistent in marketing? I think that what we used to do 2021, 22, 23 doesn't necessarily work now because the way of digital marketing and how consumers spending and buying. But this is what I know to be true. People are still buying. People are still spending money. They just are picky about it. And so we have to show up as the person behind the brand. We have to get real personal behind our personal brand. It's just an essential part of it. And that can be authentic to who you are. I tell my people all the time, I'm never trying to make you build a business that doesn't feel like you, that doesn't really resonate with who you are, that doesn't align with your values and the things that you care about, that really doesn't serve you as a creative, because we do so much work. Y'all, we do so much work as photographers, right? But a lot of times your ideal client, your target audience just has no idea. You're not really positioning yourself any differently than any other photographer. And you're probably not showing up consistently. Content probably overwhelms you. There's probably so much that you need to learn around marketing and selling and just like the business side. And that's what Elevate is all about. This program is specifically helping to build more confident CEOs as pro photographers. We focus on business, right? Yes, we're going to talk about shooting and gear and lenses. I'll do image critiques and website critiques. Like, I'll do all of that because it's really important. But I believe a lot of times the photographers that come into this program, they're well versed in their skill set. They know how to shoot. They know how to, recreate their style. There might be some small tweaks and things that we have to improve on, whether that's flash, whether that's just your confidence in your ability to maintain certain environments in which you're shooting, which is really, really important. So there are tweaks that we do, but we focus on business. We focus on sales goals. We focus on profitability. We focus on financial management. We focus on marketing and content creation and selling. We focus on your offer creation and creating signature offers and premiumly priced offers that sell. Okay. So let me talk about what Elevate All is. On this live, the purpose of this live is to let my photographers that are here, whether you're live or you are watching the replay, I want you all to know the enrollment for Elevate is open, and I'm so excited. This is such a special time of the year. I get to connect with photographers on a one-on-one level because I want to learn more about you. Like, I am very particular about the photographer that enrolls in this program because this community is such an important and safe space. And so I want to make sure that it is in alignment with who you are and where you are in business, right? And then too, like, we're about to go into 2025 and literally you can change the narrative for whatever your reality is or was in this year. You have the power to change that narrative next year. But this is what I know you have to do. You have to do something different. You have to do something different. A lot of times, photographers, this is not for everybody. And I know that, right? I acknowledge that Elevate is not for, the run-of-the-mill photographer, because a lot of photographers don't really, if I'm being honest, they don't really want to run like a legitimate business, right? They want to get paid for their services. They don't really want to do all the back end business stuff, but then they get frustrated when things aren't moving the way that they're moving. Listen, the best of the best of the best photographers that I know, they focus on the business. Yes, they got their skill set and their style and their clients, but baby, that front end, that revenue generating tasks are so important. They're key and critical when we think about running a successful business. So the purpose of this live is I just want to talk a little bit more about my Elevate program, all that Elevate is, and just let the people know that enrollment is open and invite you to apply. I have put the link in my bio for you to apply. It's a quick application. And then from there, we'll jump on a one-on-one call so I can learn more about your goals and what you're facing right now so I can see if Elevate is actually a good fit. And I'm always going to be honest. Like, I'm going to tell you if it's a good fit or if it's not a good fit. Like, I'm going to tell you what I believe I'm able to help you with and what you need to focus on. Like, I am going to tell you that on this free consultation. But the first step is to apply. Now, I want to say this. If you signed up to the webinar, I hosted a webinar last week, Thursday. It went incredible. If you signed up to the webinar, the replay page went out. So you have the opportunity to watch that webinar replay. If you want to watch the webinar replay, which I want all of my photographers to do, I really want to make sure you can still sign up and get that replay. It was so good. Like, y'all, the information you need. Right? If you're trying to make 50K, 100K, 150K, if you're trying to prove to yourself that you can make 40K in your business, whatever your sales goals are, I broke down 3 really important pieces that you need to consider and think about, implement, and strategize on when it comes to building a business model. Hi, Randall. Hi, Whitney. Randall from Las Vegas. I finally retired now. I can dedicate more time to photography. I'm looking into your Elevate program. Love that. Oh, I love that so much. Thank you for tuning in. Randall, absolutely thank you for tuning in. So let me talk. So if you were on the webinar, please go watch the replay. If you need me to send you the replay page, just send me the word replay to the DM and I'll send it over to you. On that page, you can also go ahead and schedule some time for us to talk one-on-one right on that page. And you can see, all the things are there. Now, if you're new around here and you're like, I'm just hearing about this, oh my gosh, this sounds incredible. One, I still want you to watch the replay. The replay was really, really good. I broke down how to position your personality. I broke down the pricing structure that you need to have. And I also broke down the processes and systems and things that you need to think about in your business operations so that you are able to take people from potentially being interested to an actual client. So that's what the webinar was about. It was called Perfectly Packaged for Six Figures and Beyond. And that replay is still available until the 26th. So I want you to watch that, okay? Secondly, okay, Randall, I absolutely will send you the replay. So when we get off this live, hop over to my DM and I'll send you the link. I promise. Just say, hey girl, send me the link and I'll send it to you, okay? The second thing, if you're new around here and you just want to apply to Elevate and you don't want to skip the webinar for whatever said reason, I'm okay with that. I'm still probably going to have you watch it if you do decide to join the program, because it's really important. It was really important information and just so much that is going to get you started and off to a good foot. Plus, I have some amazing bonuses that I did on that webinar. So I just want people to be aware of all that is included. And I broke down everything. But if you want to just apply to Elevate, you can go to elevate.raywhitney.com and you can apply. Super quick application. And from there, we'll schedule a one-on-one chat. I talk to everybody one-on-one. I'm doing free one-on-one consultations. I'm calling them decision calls so that you can really decide if Elevate is good. And so, yeah, so that's the step. So let's talk a little bit about all that's included in Elevate, because I created this program. Like, the thing is that I'm a photographer. I'm a pro photographer. I've run my business full time for the last 9 years, which is crazy. I've literally created a whole life with my camera. Okay. I've created a multi-six-figure business from shooting. Okay. So what I teach my people is what I know to be true, what I've been implemented in my business. And then also I've been a coach. I've been an educator. I've been a mentor, for some years now. I think it's going on 6 years now. And so I study this, like I really, this is a calling, it's a ministry. And I've been given a gift of teaching, if I'm being honest. Like I came from educators. Both my parents were educators. And so I have this gift and this knack to be able to reach people and to help people wherever they're at and teach an advanced concept super easily so that you can digest it and apply it, right? And I understand photographers like nobody else because I am you, okay? I am you. And I once was where you're at. No matter where you're at in your journey, I once was there, whether you're just getting started, whether you're ready to niche down, whether you need to implement systems, whether you need help with pricing, whether marketing is keeping you in a chokehold, you're not consistent, you want more leads, maybe you're feeling a little burnt out and a little overwhelmed. All of those things, I once was there. So I created Elevate with all of that in mind, okay? And I call it a hybrid program. I call Elevate a hybrid program because you get group and you get one-on-one. And I know that's important because I think there's so much power in group. There's so much power in being in community and being surrounded by other like-minded people that are doing similar work to you, challenging themselves, stepping outside of their comfort zone, pushing themselves to show up more consistently, tapping into that next level capacity, right? Being able, especially as women creatives, being able to balance the masculine and the feminine side that business requires, right? So it's a hybrid. So you get weekly group coaching calls. We have a coaching call every Tuesday evening, and it is recorded. Okay, so there you can come bring your questions, you can bring your frustrations, your challenges, you bring your wins, we celebrate. And then I'm also teaching, I'm also coaching, I'm also speaking on something that the group needs because I'm always very aware of my people, okay? So you have weekly group coaching calls. We also do expert trainings, and I love that. So last week we had a person come in and they spoke on Pinterest. And they broke down how to optimize your Pinterest, your bio, your pins, your boards in order to tap into SEO using Pinterest. Love that. We've had someone come in from Flowdesk and they talked about email marketing. I have a whole training on email marketing and they showed us on the back end how to use email marketing and how to use Flowdesk in particular, how to segment and how to create workflows and automations and all of those things that are really important. What we focus on in Elevate is we build out a marketing ecosystem, something that works in tandem with itself. Okay, it's not just all about marketing on social media. It's about building something that can work within itself, an ecosystem, right? So however you create content, is you can share that in a myriad of ways wherever your target audience is, okay? So we have guest expert training. So I said Flowdesk, Pinterest. We had SEO come in, someone from SEO to do Google My Business reviews and SEO, keyword research, all of that. I have a whole SEO training in Elevate as well, right? We had someone come in from LinkedIn and show us how to optimize your LinkedIn profile, right? So that's good for people that are wanting to attract more corporate clients or people that shoot branding clients, really being able to attract people on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is bringing in a coin, okay? So you have to think about your business from a more well-rounded standpoint when it comes to really trying to elevate and grow and make more money. And you have to tap into that next level of your capacity. You also have to be willing to stretch yourself outside of your comfort zone time and time again, because that is where the growth happens, okay? So again, we have weekly group coaching, we have guest expert trainings. We also have monthly one-on-ones. I added this year and it's been incredible. So I added it earlier, I think in like Q1, I added the monthly one-on-ones because again, I'm always tapped into my community and I want to make sure that they feel fully served. So I added in monthly one-on-one. So once a month, you get to talk with me and do a one-on-one, like a strategy session, and we can break down whatever it is your monthly focus is. And we work on these monthly focuses in our Elevate group coaching call. There's a way that I structure and I help people think about their content plan, their sales plan, and have that clarity in how they're showing up. Okay, so we do the monthly one-on-ones. Hi, Lorna, my bride is on here from this weekend. I love that so much. Hey, girl. I hope you are just still in wedding bliss, okay? We had a great time this weekend. So weekly group coaching, monthly one-on-ones, and Elevate itself actually is a curriculum. It is a curriculum. I worked with a curriculum developer and I built out a curriculum. And through this curriculum, you basically build a business plan, right? We work on your vision. So there's kind of 3 prongs to the framework of Elevate. It's your vision, your offers, and then your operations. So as you move through our time together and as you move through the module work, you have me as your coach. You have the community as your support and accountability, right? You have the curriculum to teach you tangible things, lots of workbooks, and I have spreadsheets and all of the things, right? So Elevate, when I say hybrid, I really do mean that. It has everything that you need. And this is what I know to be true, that there is no other group coaching program like Elevate on the market. There's just not, right? The level of support that you get, not only from me, but from the group and the curriculum, it's just not there. Okay, so I'm so excited about this enrollment and I want to invite all of my photographers. If you're listening to this and you're wanting to do something different next year, I want to challenge you and I want to invite you to apply to Elevate. Learn more about the program. It's absolutely incredible. And I've seen so many amazing transformations from the people. Some people have literally absolutely changed their whole business. 6 figures, they've grown so much. They transformed their whole life. They have showed themselves another level of what's possible, okay? And that is available for you. So weekly group coaching, monthly one-on-ones, we have the community. I also this year have added the Slack dashboard. Hi, Stephanie. Stephanie's like, doing people, that's my girl, okay? I'm so proud of you too, Stephanie. Actually, I thought I sent you a message, but I just saw that it wasn't sent. So I'm going to circle back around in Slack as soon as I get off this live. You know I am, okay? But we have a Slack community dashboard. And that Slack dashboard is where we communicate. Like my people like Stephanie and all of the members of Elevate, they're able to DM me one-on-one, send me voice notes, send me DMs, chit chat. They can send me documents. And then we have other channels where there's announcements and there's wins and there's question and just all of the things. So Slack is where we have our communication, our daily communication. If you ever need support from me, if you ever need, a question answered, if you want me to review a proposal, if you want me to take a look at something, maybe you're stuck, you don't know how to price this, or you don't know how to respond to that. There's all kinds of things that come up in business. So Slack is there along with the weekly coaching, along with the monthly one-on-ones, along with the curriculum, along with the guest expert trainings. And then we do a lot of little ad hoc things, like I said, the guest expert training. Sometimes we do virtual implementation days where we just get on and we work together, and we're able to support and be encouraging to each other and just be there working. Sometimes it can feel very lonely when you are a creative entrepreneur or service provider, right? And so literally Elevate has everything that you need. Again, it is a hybrid program. So I would be so honored to be your coach. I would be so honored to usher in a new season and a new reality for business for you. I would be so honored to help you blossom into the confident CEO that you know that's inside, but you need some help. You need someone to help pull some things out of you. And that is what this space is for. So it is enrollment time around here for the Elevate program, and I'm just excited. I'm excited to meet some new photographers, maybe that's been hiding in the woodworks, and they've been, I don't know, maybe you've been around these parts for a minute, but you just never said anything to me. I don't bite. I love connecting. I'm a real human girl, okay? So connect with me, please. I would love that. And then I'm also excited to continue to work with some of my current clients and some people that have already been in my orbit and they're just kind of on the fence. I got to get you off the fence because a new reality is available for you as a business owner. It really, really is. It's just that you have to be willing to bet on yourself. And I tell people this all the time. If and when you join Elevate and you show up and you do the work, what does that mean? You come to coaching calls. You ask questions in the Slack community. You schedule your one-on-ones with me. You go through the curriculum work. You show up in your marketing, in your revenue generating front end task. When you show up and do the work inside of Elevate, I can guarantee you that you will absolutely make your investment back. I have seen it done. So this is my fourth group of Elevate. Fourth or fifth group of Elevate. I can't remember if it's fourth or fifth. And it just is such a special space. No matter if you stay and stick around and you enroll for another year or 2 years or 3 years, I always invite that. Or if you go and fly on because you're ready for that next level. And we all know when that is available, you're ready for that. Like, we have a lot of conversation and a lot of just honest, authentic realness. You know what I'm saying? I know sometimes on the internet, you just never know who's scamming. You never know who's real. You never know who's fake. You never know what's real. You never know what's fake. And that's why it's important for me to have these one-on-one conversations with people, because before you commit to working with me for a whole year and before I commit to working with you for a whole year, it just has to be in alignment. And again, it's not about you betting on me. It's about you betting on you. You betting on you and telling yourself that you are willing to be stretched, to be challenged. You're willing to step outside of that comfort zone. You're willing to try new things to get new results. This is a critical mindset. These are critical mindset shifts you have to make. Some of you all have such low beliefs about what is even possible for you as a business owner, and it's holding you back. It's stalling you from increasing your prices. It's stalling you from showing up consistently and marketing and knowing how to sell. Like, these things are so essential for us photographers, right? And that's why I said there's no other program like Elevate, because especially if you are a creative that looks like me, okay? Especially meaning person of color. I'm a Black woman. I serve primarily ethnic clients. When it comes to my photography services, the space of Elevate is primarily a space for women of color. I am open to all people, and my people know that, okay? They know that they are welcome here. It's open, and it's real, okay? So I'm locked in, and I'm going to push you. I'm going to challenge you. My girls say that I'm like half bully, half cheerleader, and I love that, because entrepreneurship is not for the weak. It's not for the weary. It's not for the people that want to shy back and hide. It's not going to work that way. Not if you have big goals, big dreams, big things you want to achieve, right? And so I am just excited for this enrollment period. I'm excited for 2025. I truly believe that the people that continue to show up, I truly believe that the people that are continuing to push themselves outside of their comfort zone, even when you hear crickets, even when things aren't moving how you want them to move, I believe that 2025 and 2026 is going to be a year that is going to absolutely blow your mind. I believe it. It can be, you know? And so even in a difficult year, everyone's talked about how difficult 2024 has been. I've already made 6 figures plus. I'm actually on the brink of making my most sales ever, you know, in my business. So like sales and revenue and more clients, new clients, old clients, it's available for all of us. But we have to get out of our own way. We have to get out of our own head. We have to get out of our low beliefs and these negative ways of thinking as a business owner, and put yourself in rooms and at tables that are going to serve you and your next best level at your highest, serve you at your highest self. Really, right? New ways of thinking, new ways of being, new capacity tapped into, right? New strategies, a new you, okay? I tell people all the time that I truly believe that entrepreneurship is a you versus you game. And so many times we're so focused on what everybody else is doing, what this person's doing, what that person's doing, but we're not focused on our business. This is the time to mind your business. This is the time to stop playing small in your business. This we have to lock in, right? So I'm going to do another live to kind of talk about what my approach to next year, my approach to the next 4 years now that we're post-election, and it's just kind of crazy. But one of my approaches, I don't know if that's how you say the word. One of my approaches is to mind my business, to show up in all of my power and all of the gifts that God has given me to the best of my ability, to tap into a new level for myself, right? I have control. I am in control of my destiny. I am in control of the results that I desire, right? But a lot of times you are in your way, and you have to be willing to stretch, be challenged, show up for yourself in a bigger way than you've ever done. Let go of some of the excuses and some of the things that's holding you back, because literally years can pass and nothing changes. But when are you willing to change? When are you willing to say, you know what? Let me hold this mirror up and say, and get real, because some of this stuff it's been on me, right? So I'm just excited for this period. I'm excited for Elevate. I'm excited to host this group. I'm excited to connect with the photographers that are interested and need this kind of support, this kind of accountability, this kind of butt kick, this information, so that they can be an even better business owner, an even better entrepreneur, an even better photographer that serves clients to the best of their ability. I coach and preach about being in integrity and in alignment and having high care and service for people. Like, if you come through my thing, you're not about to be being half-ass or, I just don't believe in that, right? Because there's a lot of that going around all over the world, but we have to be willing to change the narrative, right? And we have to be willing to go about business in a more strategic, legitimate, intentional way. So I'm just excited. So the enrollment for Elevate is open. All you have to do is head to the link in my bio and apply. You can send me the word Elevate. I will send you the link. I have a free webinar that I did last week, and the replay is available until the 26th. And I really do charge all of my photographers to go and watch that. I talked about, the title was Perfectly Packaged for 6 Figures, but I talked about positioning your personality in your personal brand. I talked about pricing that you need when you're trying to make more sales, more revenue as a pro photographer. And I talked about systems and workflows and processes that you need in order to grow to that 6 figures and beyond as a pro photographer. Okay. So I'm really excited. Enrollment is open. Elevate is such a special place. It is a 12-month program, so we absolutely be working together all year. And I tell people this all the time. The investment is so worth every penny. Like, my girls tell me now, they always tell me, and I'm like, okay. They're like, Ray, this program should be double the price, triple the price, and I would still pay. I have people that stick around for a couple years with me because they're getting their ROI, they're becoming a new person, they have support, they have accountability, they have everything that they need, and so that they can be the best that they can be. And life gets challenging. Life gets hard. But that doesn't mean that we just get to step away from business and then show back up whenever we want to show back up and things just keep on moving. That is not how it goes, right? We have to get stronger. We have to get tougher. We have to be able to handle life circumstances in a better way. We have to manage our mind, right? We have to find our community. We have to tap into spaces that energize us, that feed us, that fill us up so that we can then go out as service providers and serve others really, really well. Okay. So if you're listening, whether you're here on live or you're watching the replay, the enrollment for Elevate is open and I'm so excited. This is for the 2025 year. I have a bonus training. I didn't even mention the bonus training. Oh my gosh. I have a bonus training that I am doing with the group on December 11th, and we are creating your customized, unique marketing strategy for 2025. So before we even go into the new year, we're going to be creating your unique marketing strategy for 2025. Okay. So if you enroll before, I think that you have to enroll before December 6th, then you will get access to that bonus training. Again, I'm going to have one-on-one calls with each person that applies. And once you apply, we'll schedule your call. Okay. I have to talk to my people. If I'm going to work with you for a year, if you're going to work with me for a year, we just need to make sure that we are in alignment and that this opportunity is a good fit for you. Okay. Elevate is for pro photographers. It's not for new photographers. It's not for beginning photographers. It is for photographers that have already made money with clients. They typically know their style of work. There's just some fine tuning on the business that needs to be done. And I don't say just lightly because it's work. It's real work, right? So we work on your pricing structure. We work on defining your signature offer. We work on your marketing messaging. We work on your marketing ecosystem in general. We do business finance. We work on building out other platforms that help you stay in connection, like with your clientele, whether it's email marketing, it's LinkedIn, it's Pinterest, your client workflow or client experience, all of these things that make such a huge difference when you're thinking about becoming a six-figure photographer. These things have to happen, right? And I gave this example on the webinar, and I'm just going to leave this live tonight by saying this. It is so much harder to become a six-figure photographer if you are charging $200 to $300 a session. Okay? It is absolutely harder to become a six-figure photographer if you're just charging $200 to $300 a session. I truly believe that if you're a pro photographer that has a defined style of work and you get people results and you be in your bag, I truly believe you should not be charging anything less than $500 a session, period. You should not be charging anything less than $500 a session, okay? Now, there's different caveats that fit for different people, like mini sessions or maybe headshots and things like that. But I think another big part of when we're thinking about becoming a six-figure photographer is really knowing what the front end offers are, but also what are those back end offers? Like, how do we continue to sell to our clientele? How do we continue to retain clientele? And, serve people really well, whether they're new clients or returning clients. These are really important pieces to building a six-figure plus business as a pro photographer. So I could just go on and on, but I just wanted to hop on live because Elevate enrollment is open. It is an incredible time and just a really great time for you to bet on yourself. A really great time for you to do something different, a really great time for you to take heed of an opportunity that absolutely could change your business and absolutely can change your life. I've seen this happen with my students, literally. I've had students that come and they barely are booking clients at all. And then they do the work, they show up consistently for themselves, they push themselves outside their comfort zone, they do it, and now they run six-figure businesses, right? They open content studios. They go full-time as pro photographers. They transform their life in business and they are confident CEOs. And to me, that's what it's about. I am here to help cultivate a confident CEO in you. I'm here to help you master the business behind the lens. So I invite you all, if you're interested, if you're a pro photographer, I invite you to check out Elevate. I invite you to apply. Also watch the webinar. I would absolutely send you the replay so that you can watch that. It was so good. Okay. And it's only available for a couple more days. And I'm excited. I'm really excited. So I will be on talking about Elevate, screaming it to the rooftops for all of the people that want to do something different and they're needing some support and some help. Elevate is here for you. And this is going to be a phenomenal program for you. I already know. This ain't no scam. This is the real deal. Holyfield. I am locked in. I get to know you. I get to know your spouse and your kids. I get to know your mama. And listen, I'm in it with you, right? And I care about my people deeply. And I want to see them win. I want to see them win. So I invite all of my pro photographers to apply to Elevate. And just head on to my DMs. You got some questions? Listen, DM me. I'm a real girl. I'm gonna reply back. We'll have a great conversation and I'm looking forward to connecting. Okay. So Elevate enrollment is open. Let's go. This is an exciting time of year. And I'm just really excited for this opportunity for photographers to really change the trajectory of their business, change their life, transform their business altogether, and rise to becoming a better, more confident CEO. You can do it. I'm here to help and I can't wait. All right. I hope you guys have a great evening. I will talk to you later and go apply to Elevate. Okay. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. All right. Bye y'all.